The property we're working on is remedial stabilisation of a commercial building. They've had subsidence of the structural slab, which is being caused by escape of water from the surface water drainage system. This has caused the slab to settle to 3 inches in some places. Fortunately, the clients manufacture very sensitive equipment for testing, which means they've had to stop production because the floor is too out of level for them to continue. We've managed to recover the slab back to within what would be typical construction tolerances. We did price for doing a removal of the structural slab and then putting in a pile raft, and we also then looked at using the resin injection process. The resin injection was about 1/3 of the cost of the pile raft scheme, and it was quicker in terms of returning the building back to the client. The resin injection process is a 2-part structural foam. There's a resin part and then there's a hardener part. When mixed together in the vehicle outside, then pumped into the building, we then inject that through the concrete slab via hollow lances at various depths. This then, when mixed, expands, consolidates the ground underneath and lifts and supports the slab at the same time. The solution has to be monitored very carefully while the works are being carried out. As it is an expanding foam, there is always a risk of over-expansion that could cause further damage. We use a laser at all times to monitor the levels of the slab and lifting it in very small doses, and the foam that we use cures very quickly so that we never get any overlift. We always have a drain camera down the drains. The point at which we're injecting into the ground, the camera will be brought back a metre or so just before that to allow for visual comparison to make sure we've got no ingress of material into the drains. We do monitor the drains if there are any within the area where the injection is being carried out. In this instance, the drains we knew were the issue because we had the ingress of water. Therefore, we put a sleeve down beforehand. This is an expanding bag basically that causes a positive pressure inside the pipework to stop the foam wanting to get into the drains. In the event that resin does happen to escape into the drains further down, we have a machine we put down afterwards that literally spirals down inside the pipework, breaking up the foam as it goes and just washing it out of the system. Certainly the main concern when using resin is overlift, but we use a laser monitoring system throughout, and we can literally lift the slab up in millimetre increments, stopping in exactly the right location. We tend to stop just under what is required to ensure that any subsequent millimetre or 2 overlift brings it back to within, again, allowed tolerances.